Hi, and welcome to this special edition of Thursday Thoughts on Saturday. I'm Sarah Hammaker. Today I want to talk about how to help your kids work through their disappointments at things being canceled. Usually there's only maybe one or two things that are canceled because someone got sick or something, but with this coronavirus shutting down schools and church and travel, that's a lot of disappointment for our kids to process. So I want to offer a few ways that we as parents can help them kind of work through this long-term disappointment, perhaps. First of all, I think it's good for us to acknowledge that they are disappointed. We may think it's no big deal that they're not going to see their friends for 4 weeks because the school is out, but for them it may be a really big deal. So just say, I know this is unprecedented, and we get that this is not going to be 100% fun for you. We get it. Second, don't overpromise. Don't say, when this is over, our trip to Disneyland or Disney World or the theme park or that European thing is going to happen. Chances are it might not. So don't overpromise. Keep it short, keep it sweet in what you say, but don't overpromise. Say, we'll have to reevaluate when this is over. I hope that maybe we can, but I can't promise that right now. Be honest and don't set them up for future disappointment if you can. Thirdly, let them talk. Let them talk about their disappointment. Let them process it. Some kids will get it out all right away. Some kids, it'll take 3 or 4 days or a week for it to really set in. And then they'll come and say, oh, man, I was really hoping to go see grandma for spring break or go to do X, or I'm really feeling that, this is really, the disappointment might take a little longer to really sink in. So let them talk about it when they need to. And then my fourth thing is, don't let them talk about it too much, though. We don't want them to wallow in it and to feel like this is kind of the end of the world. This is temporary. Most of the time we can feel like this is temporary, that things will get back to normal, but help them guide it through there. Sometimes the disappointment can spill into anxiety that they're never going to be able to return to normal. Just help them process that. There are a lot of good resources out there. I've seen a lot of other Facebook posts about how to help your kids help that anxiety aspect of it. So if your kid kind of goes down that in the anxious part, look for those resources. And finally, process your own disappointment. There are things that we can be disappointed in. We don't have to hold it completely all together. We don't have to have all the answers for our kids on how we're going to manage the things that we have to cancel, the things that we don't know if we're going to be able to reschedule, the things that they are going to miss, the things that we are going to miss. Let them know that, yeah, I'm kind of sad that I'm not going to do X. I'm disappointed too. Again, we don't want to wallow in it. That's not healthy for anyone, but we do want to acknowledge that and help them to move on. And finally, as you're, be careful that you're not trying to substitute something else to help them get over their disappointment too quickly. I know that sounds a little weird. Let me give you an example. Your kid can't go to that amusement park over spring break that he was looking forward to. Instead of saying, well, we're going to go do this nice thing right now, let them have the time to process those emotions. Let them really get through that. Help them to kind of get through. We always want to rush our kids through emotions too quickly. I'm not saying let them wallow, but let them really kind of take the time to work through it, because some of these are going to be a pretty big disappointment. Missing a looked for trip, to Disney World or to a place, in the United States or abroad, that can take a little time. So let's give them the time to process it. Let's give them that time to do that. I hope this has been helpful. I hope everyone's staying safe and healthy, and I will be back on Thursday with my regular Thursday thoughts. Thanks for joining me.